Hi, I'm Gregory Iron, the only professional wrestler with cerebral palsy, and I guess the only backstage interview with cerebral palsy for top tier wrestling, as I do Backstage with Blackfly. And today I'm joined by a very special guest exclusively for Patreon here, the one and only Sonny Kiss. So good to see you.
Very special. I like that. You don't have to say about anybody else.
I won't. I'm not. I promise. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Always.
What's new?
What is new?
Yeah.
Well, tonight I'm about to become, not tonight, but soon I will become women's champion, top tier women's champion.
Okay.
That's just, wrestling side. But Sonny Kiss is, grad student and, I'll become a doctor eventually. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really branching out outside the realm of wrestling.
Absolutely.
We talked a little bit beforehand, and you were talking about how you're trying to look beyond pro wrestling, which I think is very healthy, and I commented myself, once I started looking beyond the scope of professional wrestling, pro wrestling got better. Was there a moment where you thought to yourself, like, I need to remember other things that I enjoyed or find other things that I enjoyed so that I can come back to this and make it better?
Absolutely. So I gave myself this crazy ultimatum that if I didn't get signed by 25, I would, stop wrestling and I would enroll in school. And so just being me, I enrolled in school a lot earlier, and I got signed to Lucha Underground. So I was focusing on school, and I guess I started in September, and I got signed to Lucha Underground on my 24th birthday.
Wow.
And then again after that, I did Lucha Underground. It was a great success. I had an amazing time. And then afterwards, you kind of, wrestling, you go up and you go down. It was just the typical journey. And I kind of chilled for a minute. And then 6-7 months later, Brandy reaches out for AEW. So it's a lot of times you just have to just give everything to the universe and let the universe figure it out.
Yeah.
And I'm still working hard. I'm still wrestling. I'm still doing things, but I'm not mentally, overwhelming myself about it anymore.
Well, I feel like over the last few years, whether you see it or not, because you're you, right? So sometimes a friend or a peer needs to tell you how great you are. You are incredible. And just the idea that, right off the rip, you got signed to Lucha Underground. I feel like Lucha Underground really changed professional wrestling in a lot of ways. And, you're a part of history. So, talk to me about the experience in Lucha Underground, what it meant to you personally.
Well, Brian Cage always makes fun of me because I signed Lucha Underground on season 4, which he always calls that was a season that kind of sucked. So I'm like, oh, Brian, I hate him. But no, he's awesome, love him. But it was great for me. I was a 24-year-old kid. Like I said, I was on my 24th birthday that they reached out. And I was still pretty green. I was maybe 4 years in, maybe 3 or 4 years in, and I was so nervous and so shy, and but it was a great experience for me to be able to see my potential and have people kind of validate my hard work. And it was fun. I had great storylines. I had Jack Evans, who was this heel character, which was just perfect for me. I was this bubbly baby face, and Jack Evans is incredible, and he made me look so good. So I was very grateful for that entire experience. They let me be authentically Sonny.
You seem so humble, so down to earth, but I feel like you think you're special. You do. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it when you laugh at me, look down on me, walk around on me.
I love this.
How do you feel about this? I already know the answer, but
that was great. That was great because I didn't know where you were going at first, and I was like,
I know you didn't. Limp Bizkit, you are close with the band, and I'm so jealous. Tell me about it.
More so with Fred. I just started to speak with the other members, and rest in peace, Sam Rivers. That's shook me to my core.
I bet.
We had a relationship that was kind of budding, and we weren't as close as Fred and I are. But we would talk, and we would laugh, and he would always support my posts and what I was doing in wrestling, and he was super kind, just a quality, talented musician and human, and just he was incredible. But he's given me a lot of great memories that I'll never forget, and being able to perform with them, that's dream come true right there. My favorite band since I was a little girl, so I'm just so thankful and so blessed that I had the opportunity. And Limp Bizkit is the greatest band of all time, in my opinion. So
What was it about Limp Bizkit that drew you to them?
I think honestly they're like wrestling, because they were nicknamed WWE's like favorite band.
Yeah, right. They had to announce that wrestling.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think just the music and the freedom, I felt the authenticity. And I feel like that was something that I've always craved in my life, was to be able to just be free and authentic. And maybe I related to that. And they had great music. People think that they're just like these, band that's not really serious. But if you listen to Limp Bizkit, they're deep cuts. There's a lot more depth to the band than people think. And I just related to them so much, and I love them.
I saw them in concert in Detroit maybe 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best live performances I've ever seen.
Right?
It was amazing. So good. I'm so glad that happened. So, you get into Limp Bizkit, and, that's because of wrestling. And obviously, you've had a stellar wrestling career, in my opinion, thus far. Now you're here at Top Tier, and your goal is to be the women's champion. So far, you've had a couple experiences here at Top Tier. How do you think it's going so far? Competition here is...
It is. We have an excellent roster. The women's division is amazing. A lot of talented girls, but the creme de la creme is here. Like the queen bee. I call myself the queen because I'm not just the queen of Jersey. I'm not just the queen of the States. I'm the queen over here too. So I travel with my crown everywhere. And that crown is going to soon be Top Tier women's champion.
You've had a lot of inspirations in pro wrestling, and one person that you cite a lot that I feel kind of gets overlooked in the course of women's wrestling history is Jacqueline. What was it about Jacqueline that drew you to her, and have you ever had the experience to actually meet Jacqueline and tell her about this?
Yes, I met her very recently, and she means everything to me. Look, style, personality, wrestling, kicks ass in the ring. Like, she's incredible. And so just seeing someone that looked like me, she's just I just love her. I love her character, her essence, and how she's also authentic, and who she is on TV, and being goofy like that and something silly, and all the promos of her being all sassy. She's like that, but in a very still respectable way. And like I said, I can't even find the words to describe how much I love her. Yeah. She's a quality human being, and I'm so glad I got to meet her. And now we speak online and stuff like that. And
it's so crazy.
Yeah, it's so crazy because people always say don't meet your heroes, but I've met a lot of my heroes, and I have been so blessed to have a great relationship with them. They're all super, her and Jazz, and
that's awesome.
Jazz calls me her niece, and I am so grateful and so blessed.
Speaking of you being Jazz's niece, how accurate is your Wikipedia? Because it currently says that your cousin is Emmett Smith.
That's correct.
That's real?
Yes.
So I don't even really fake sports like football. Yeah. But obviously, I love the Dallas Cowboys as a kid, and I'm looking at the Wikipedia, and I don't want to be the guy who's just I'm gonna read Wikipedia real quick to get questions. But
it makes sense.
That stood out to me. Do you have any cool Emmett Smith stories?
I don't actually know him.
Okay.
So I think so the funny thing is, when you're not the first person to ask me about that.
Okay.
But I think I told fans about it and whatever, and I think that they probably updated it because I didn't even know it was there, and I was just oh shit, this happened. I'm sorry if I'm swearing too much.
No, you're fine.
Okay, good. I was telling a couple of fans about it, I told some friends about it, and I don't know if someone updated it. I was just whoa. Because a lot of times, too, Wikipedia, like you said, is not accurate.
Sure.
And they'll say things sometimes, right now it says I'm married to, that's another thing that's not true.
How long has it been there? That is you're married. Do you know?
And someone told me about it, maybe a month ago.
It's so weird. So, I just...
Because that storyline happened in January.
Yes.
And I'm that's... not, it's not. I think it's great that people believe it, but
it's so strange because on my Wikipedia, so for a while, because I don't know about you, I'm not going to change my own Wikipedia.
Right.
I didn't create it. I'm not going to
try exactly.
And I see it and it's inaccurate. So I think someone heard on my podcast, like, because my real name is Gregory Allen Smith. My initial spelled gas, okay? So, and my dad tried to put that over as a nickname. So now on my Wikipedia, it says also known in wrestling as Gas. That is not true. And so because of that, I just did Jericho's podcast, and the name of the episode is All Gas and Guts, but gas is capitalized, as if that's something I go by, my dear Wikipedia. So it says you've been, fake married. You're not really married.
Not really married. I said I was trained by Pete Santos, who went by, because my trainer is Gina Caruso. I think they also had that same name. So I was like, yeah, that's not true either. And I said I was in a relationship with Fred Rosser, and I'm like,
Okay.
that's not a thing.
Yours
Like,
too.
I only met him like twice.
Yeah.
And he's actually a very cool person, but yeah, no, we're definitely not anything like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, a lot of things are just so inaccurate. I will be like, whatever.
So you just learned from a family member essentially that you were related to Emmett Smith. Is that kind of the extent of it?
Yeah, so okay, I learned through my mom. He's my mother's, I think, second cousin.
Okay.
Through the Tate Puryear family in Alabama. But I think what happened is, so they migrated from Brookport, Alabama to Pensacola, Florida, all up and down through Alabama, Oklahoma. Yeah, I think I share like a lot of relatives, but there's a couple too I won't name right now, like that I found out about.
Okay.
I'll tell you after the podcast.
All right. Okay.
But yeah, it's cool. It's a cool thing. I was telling some friends about it, and then like lo and behold, someone told me about it recently. Actually,
That's wild. I guess last thing, just to sort of wrap it up here, so me personally as a wrestler with cerebral palsy, right? I feel like, I don't know, sometimes I don't want to be known as just the guy with a disability, right?
I think I know where you're going. What?
Yeah, I feel like, when you're a good wrestler and you have self-awareness, like you realize that you can create layers, and there are these moments where you're like, damn it, I want to prove to people that that's not all that I am, right? But sometimes, like I was kind of saying earlier, I step outside of myself and I realize that sometimes when people look at me like that, they find inspiration in that. So it's like, you found inspiration in Jacqueline. Do you ever take time to sit back and sort of reflect on like when individuals see you and like find inspiration in you for like what you're going out there and doing? Like, do you understand like the power of that, and like what does that feel? Tell me about that.
I always see, because I think it's sometimes when you're when you're wearing the skin of it, it's like a little bit frustrating to keep kind of like being branded as such. I think it's more so because it turns into something political when it keeps being fed that way. And so when people do like interviews with me or articles and stuff like that, you always go to this struggle, this trauma, and I'm trying not to look at it as a crutch. You know what I mean? Like it's not anything that's negative or positive in that kind of way, in a skill kind of way. But when I think about also too, there's people obviously that need a trans person, like I never seen this, or she looks like me or whatever, and so, or the journey of it and like how that happens. I have to be understanding of that part of it. So I try not to smudge it, but I try to get people to not lean on that for the soul. People will talk about it for 20-30 minutes. I'm just like, can we just
move on, right?
Yeah, like it's not a crutch to me. It's not a handicap, I should say. It's nothing, like I don't think it needs to be something that's talked about in a way of like, oh, well, you're like this and the struggles of that and why is this not happening? Like I did one interview, and it was like the headline was made bad, and it was just like, it just made me look like I was taking shots at people because, oh, this is my struggle and you're holding me down. And I'm just like, I don't ever want to be seen that way.
Yeah, don't feel sorry for me.
Yeah, because there's something to be sorry about.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, yeah.
There's something pretty powerful about just being authentically you and leaning into that, and being able to, whether that was your intention or not, empowering others, right? And like that's like such a special, unique thing that we get to do. And I don't want to keep it for too much longer because I know you have a big match tonight that you got to prepare for. But if there's one thing that you wanted people to know about Sonny Kiss and who you are, what could you leave them with?
Ooh,
I know.
I love that question.
Pretty deep. Do you want people to just keep rolling with the life?
Do.
Or
I do. I do, yes.
So top
But just do through anything like that. That's actually it's a great like analogy, way to put it. Just with anything that you're dealing with in life, don't let it be like your handicap, even if it's like is a handicap. You know what I mean? Or, like, don't let it like lean on that as like, oh, I can't because I'm this. It's like, no, like you can go out there and perform as anyone else would, and you'll be seen as this person that happened to be trans, happened to have this. Like, we got very successful people of all kinds. Like, Zach Gowen plowed through this wrestling industry with one leg. It's like, look at him, he's absolutely amazing. So it's like, these are not things that people are holding, we're not holding us back. It's up to us. So
yeah, and like you mentioned, Zach, if it wasn't for Zach, I wouldn't be sitting here. I wouldn't know you. I'm so proud and happy to know you. And you're not just a women's wrestler or a trans wrestler. You're a human being, and you're one of the best around. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Had a talk with me. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Next women's champion. I'm calling it.